Welcome to Massanutten Regional Library's online book talk. I'm Mr. Randy. The first book we're going to be looking at today is Franz's Phantasmagorical Machine by Beth Anderson. It's the fascinating story of a man who never loses his sense of wonder or his drive to create. Franz Guzzelman, he lived 1910 to 1981 in rural Austria. His formal education ended at age 14. He eventually took over the family farm. He married and had a family. None of these things prevented him from creating a unique work of outsider art called World Machine. Every morning, Franz woke up early to tend to the farm. In the afternoon, he dashed off to his workshop. With pulleys and wheels and lights, his machine grew, and so did the gossip about Franz building a mysterious contraption. Rattle, clatter, clank. "What's going on in there?" asked the neighbors. They snickered at Franz's lack of skills, but Franz listened only to his imagination. He was not part of the art establishment, but his World Machine was a labor of love that took him over 2 decades to complete. Through trial and error and without really any moral support, he finally completes his creation. This is a great read with amazing illustrations. After you read this book, go online and look at the images. Today, the machine is cared for by Franz's grandson, and it's open for the public to come and view. So, great inspirational story, a man who doesn't give up and carries his dream on for decades, and just really amazing, bright, engaging illustrations. Check it out. Our second book is titled Where We Live by Margriet Ruurs. From a cold, small colony in Antarctica to the bustling city of Cairo, Egypt, maps and stories show a slice of daily life for 16 children around the globe. Anna lives in Bucharest, Romania. The city of Bucharest, the capital of Romania, is almost 600 years old. Anna's neighborhood is one of the city's busiest districts. Her home is in a long apartment building that takes up an entire city block. The building has many stores, and Anna rides the elevator to get to her family's apartment. Each spread is 2 pages, each country and daily slice represents 2 pages. The left page tells the individual child's story, and the right page shows a map with a compass rose in the bottom and a legend in the top. While the population, the size, the climate, and the topography may differ for each region, some needs are universal, like a grocery store, school, recreation. These places are marked on the map, and you can find them with the legend. This is a good book for a beginning map unit or cultural awareness, and I can visualize a lot of good writing projects, compare and contrast type writing projects based on this book. I would probably break it down in different sections. It's not something I would necessarily read from cover to cover the first sitting, but I'd want to take time to digest each country. But if you need something in that vein, Where We Live is a worthwhile book. Check it out. Our third book is Hiders, Seekers, Finders, Keepers, How Animals Adapt in Winter by Jessica Kulekjian. This beautifully illustrated picture book contains stories inside a story. The book follows a little girl and her father as they walk the countryside close to their home from fall through early spring. While the hiders hide and the seekers seek, the finders keep. Great, beautiful illustrations, beautiful spread. There's the main characters of the main story arc as they stop for their cocoa in the wintertime in the forest. We also have some small circular facts, small creatures that have adaptations that help them tolerate and survive harsh environmental changes. Each spread has something nonfiction that plugs in with the illustrations. So the reader sees the animals they see and learns the story of how these animals prepare for winter. For example, the wood frogs hide themselves in logs or leaf piles and practically freeze solid, and then they defrost when the warmer days return. Seekers like the Canada geese and the ruby-throated hummingbirds instinctively know to fly south to a new home. The finders adjust to their winter surroundings and stay put. Keepers like squirrels hide those fruits and nuts. So this book works on 2 levels. For the youngest children, you could first read, I would probably go through and just do the overarching story of the dad and the little girl walking and talk about some things you see. Then the second read, I would go in and start plugging in some of those facts. Older children that can digest a little more at one time, you could do both as you go. There again, some really great writing prompts are offered up with this book, depending on what unit you're doing or what your interest levels are. I can see some good art projects coming out of this. You can do some seasonal collages. I just think this book offers a lot of good stuff. So if you get a chance, check out Hiders, Seekers, Finders, Keepers. Our final book today is I Think About You by Rosanne Kurstedt. This is a great picture book for children or parents experiencing separation anxiety. As the mother bear goes about her various activities, she imagines the parallel activity her young child is doing during his day. For example, she shares a project she's been working on and wonders what her child is sharing for show and tell. Let's take a peek at the illustrations as well. Vroom, vroom. I share a project I've been working on, and I wonder, what are you sharing today? I arrange some files, hum our favorite song down by the bay, and I think about you. And the entire book goes through with that same cadence. The cadence and the rhythm and the illustrations work together seamlessly to provide a sense of calm and reassurance. So if you're experiencing a little separation anxiety as a parent, or you think maybe your child is, this would be a great book to maybe calm both of you. And I think about you. Check it out, and thank you for joining Massanutten Regional Library's online book talks. You can reserve any of these things from any one of our 7 locations. They'll be heading up to our technical services department, and they'll be in circulation within a couple of weeks. Thank you.